Sis, when are you going to come see us?
I plan to come see you during the long weekend in May. Why do you ask?
You're not gonna come see us until May? Ugh, that is too far away. Can't you come over sooner? You're part of this family now. You should make time for your new family too.
What do you mean by that?
Look, I've told you many times before, but I don't think you understand what it means to marry into this family. We have certain rules and traditions that need to be followed. We have certain expectations of you.
I see. You've told me this a million times, but I still don't seem to grasp the meaning of what you've been telling me.
You married my brother, so I'd like you to come visit more often with him. It's quite simple, really. And don't you think you're being rude to my parents as well? They miss having my brother around.
I don't think that I'm being rude to anyone.
That kind of thinking is what makes you rude. Now that you're married, you should think more about your in-laws and their needs. Don't you want them to like you? The happiness of your husband's family should be one of your top priorities now. Didn't your parents teach you any manners? I feel sorry for you that you grew up to be so clueless.
You're the one that doesn't have any manners. You shouldn't make negative assumptions about my parents. You don't even know them.
I'm not being rude. I'm just stating the facts.
The reason why I haven't been able to come visit you and your family often is because it's difficult for us to take time off work. We're both really busy. If we had the time, we'd come over. Your mother is very understanding about this, so I don't know why you're making such a big deal out of this.
My mom is only being nice to you because she doesn't want to be rude. Deep down, she misses seeing my brother. You shouldn't take her kindness for granted. You haven't been able to produce any offspring yet. Don't you want my parents to meet their grandchildren? I can't believe you're trying to make me look like the bad person here.
I'm not blaming anyone for this situation.
Well, I feel like you're neglecting our family. And you also have a pretty big attitude. I would act more modest around my in-laws. Also, don't you feel bad that you haven't been able to bear any children? I'm sure that deep down my brother and mother feel oh so disappointed. I don't understand why my brother chose you as his wife.
Now you're just being hurtful. Do you have to be so cruel to me? What have I ever done to you? The fact that Alan and I can't have any children is something that we need to work out together. It has nothing to do with you. Besides, I'm getting along just fine with your parents. You're the only one giving me a difficult time.
You got that right. I'm having a hard time getting through to you. I don't understand what Alan sees in you. You're not the type of person I can be friends with.
Wow, you're being honest today.
It's because you just don't get it. You use work as an excuse not to spend any time with us. Alan tells me that you make him do half the housework too. You don't have any children, so why shouldn't you have the time to take care of the house on your own? You shouldn't be asking for my brother's help. I really don't understand you. I feel sorry for your parents too. They have a lousy daughter.
What's it to you? Why do you care so much? I'm sick and tired of you complaining about everything. This is my marriage. Please, stay out of it.
You know that I'm right. You just don't want to admit it.
How much time do you have on your hands? Why do you message me every day? Don't you have anything better to do?
Why don't you get my brother to stop me if it bothers you so much? I'm sure that he's going to side with me, though. He values me more than you.
I do understand that you don't like me, but could you please stop being mean to my family as well? What do you have against us?
I'm just saying you're a lousy wife and daughter.
I heard that you got engaged. He met your parents, right?
How do you know that?
Your mother sent me a photo of you and him when he visited your house the other day.
Why would she do that? You don't have to worry about me, though. I'm going to be a great wife unlike you.
Do you know where your fiancé Kevin is from?
How do you know his name? It's very creepy of you. I don't want Kevin to meet you ever. You're an embarrassment to my family. I'd like you to divorce my brother. Please leave me and my family alone. We don't want anything to do with you.
You haven't answered my question. Do you know where Kevin is from?
He's from the town next to ours.
I'm from the same town as Kevin, you know.
Huh? What's that got to do with anything?
Kevin is my childhood friend.
What's your point?
I just think it's a big coincidence. Kevin and I used to be neighbors. We've known each other since we were small, and we went to the same school together until we graduated high school. I still see him a couple of times a year when we meet up with old friends.
Where are you going with this?
When I saw the photo that your mother sent me, I was shocked to find out that he's now engaged to you.
So you've known Kevin since he was a child? This isn't your idea of a sick joke, then?
This isn't a joke. Your fiancé is one of my best friends. Isn't that so weird?
Yes. It's very weird. In fact, it's kind of creepy. But I'm engaged to Kevin, and there's nothing that you can do about that.
Why would I do anything?
Don't you want to try and say mean things about me to Kevin?
I don't.
I'm sure you'd get a kick out of telling him what a bitch I am to you.
Look, I'm actually a decent person. You're the one bullying me. At least you seem to be aware of the fact that you're a bully to me.
Shut up. And don't say anything about me to Kevin. I finally got him to propose to me. I won't let you ruin this for me.
I see. I know that you've had a hard time finding someone to ask you out. You're lucky that you met Kevin.
Stop patronizing me.
You're 30 and in love with your brother. You're not exactly a catch. It's a miracle that you got Kevin to propose to you.
You're being rude again.
I'm sure that I'm nowhere near as rude as you. You know that, don't you? Or are you one of those people that hurt people and don't even realize it? If that's the case, Kevin is not going to be happy in his marriage.
Look, I get it now. If I apologize, will you not say anything to Kevin?
I think it's a little too late for that. My family and Kevin's family are really close. Kevin would be devastated if he found out what you said about me and my parents.
I had no idea you and Kevin were so close. I'm really sorry for my behavior up until now. I promise to be a better sister-in-law to you from now on. Will you forgive me?
That doesn't sound like a heartfelt apology to me. I'm not out to destroy your relationship with Kevin. I'm not evil.
And you won't say anything to Kevin then?
I don't plan to.
You're nicer than I expected.
Like you said, we're family now. Family is supposed to look out for one another, right? And I'd like Kevin to have a happy marriage. He means so much to me.
I think we started off on the wrong foot. You're actually a good person. I'm sorry I didn't realize that sooner.
So you're going to move in with Kevin's parents, right?
Well, we haven't talked about that yet.
Why not? Kevin told me that he expected you to move in with his parents.
I like living in this town. I don't want to move. There isn't much to do in Kevin's town, and I prefer living with my own parents. And I wouldn't have so much freedom if I had to live with Kevin's parents.
That makes no sense. You're the one that told me that once a woman gets married, she should move in with her in-laws.
It's a little different for me, you see? I already live with my own parents, so it doesn't make sense for me to move out. Kevin is going to move in with us. He told me that he's fine with that.
Does he know that you mean your parents' place and not his?
What do you mean?
If you only said live with your parents, he may have misunderstood you and thought that you were talking about his parents and not yours.
But if I'm the one using the word parents, normally that would mean my parents and not his, right?
Okay, if you say so. I was just a little worried because I know that Kevin divorced his ex-wife because she refused to move in with his parents. I figured that he would expect the same from you, that's all.
What?
I suppose he loves you more than his ex-wife. Lucky for you. If Kevin's okay with it, there's no issue here.
Wait a minute.
I wish you and Kevin all the happiness in the world.
You're not making any sense. I had no idea that Kevin was married before.
You didn't know? Why would he hide that from you? In fact, Kevin's been married twice before, and he has 3 children from his previous marriages. I assumed he told you that.
Well, he didn't. You're making this all up. You're just trying to get back at me.
I'm merely stating the facts here. I'm surprised that Kevin kept this from you. By the way, I let Kevin's mother know what kind of person you really are.
What did you say to her?
I told her that you knew how important it was for you as Kevin's wife to move in with them after you two are married. Kevin's mother really appreciated the fact that you were willing to move in with them. She was thrilled. Kevin's first wife moved in with them, but she had enough after 6 months of living together. And Kevin's second wife was resistant to moving in from the beginning. She's so happy that Kevin met you.
This is the first time I'm hearing of this. Kevin didn't say a word to me. I am not going to move in with Kevin's parents.
I guess you should say that to Kevin and his parents because they seem to think otherwise. But if you tell them how you really feel, Kevin may rethink his marriage to you. Is that really what you want? I mean, you were so desperate to get married. I can't see you meeting another man anytime soon.
I am not going to live with Kevin's parents, but I can persuade him to still marry me. I'm sure that he'll understand where I'm coming from.
Are you sure about that? Kevin's really old-fashioned in his way of thinking. And he loves his mother too much. He probably loves her more than he loves you. The two are inseparable, so I think that you'll have a hard time persuading them.
Really? I didn't know that Kevin was so close to his mother. What am I supposed to do then?
Also, I had a chat with Alan. I showed him all the messages that you sent me up until now.
Why would you do that?
I was angry, and I wanted him to know what you were doing to me. We both don't intend on coming over to your parents' house as long as you live there. And you won't be hearing from either of us again.
Why is Alan upset with me too?
He's upset because you don't know how to be nice to me. He used to love you, but after he saw how you were treating me, he was pretty upset. If you decide to move in with Kevin's parents, we can go see your parents whenever we want to. Don't you think that moving in with Kevin's parents is the best thing for everyone in this family?
Please ask Alan to forgive me. My mother will be upset if she finds out that Alan's angry with me.
This is your mess. You need to figure out a way to fix this yourself. Say hi to your new mother-in-law for me. Please don't message me ever again. Bye! Karen explained to Kevin that she wanted to continue to live with her parents and she asked him to move in with her. Kevin didn't want that because he didn't want to be separated from his own parents. Kevin told Karen that he would call off their engagement if she didn't agree to live with his parents, and if their engagement were to be called off, he would be asking her to pay him alimony. In the end, Karen ended up marrying Kevin and putting his needs before her own. But things didn't go so well for Karen. She found it tough and miserable to be living with her in-laws. On top of that, she saw that Kevin had to use a majority of his earnings to pay for child support for the children that he already had with his previous 2 wives. That didn't leave much money for Kevin and Karen, and so they were forced to live a frugal life. Also, Kevin cared a great deal for his mother and didn't pay much attention to Karen, which left her feeling very lonely. I guess karma gave Karen what she deserved in the end. Isabel, how are you? Where are you right now?
Charlotte, hi. I'm well. How are you? I'm at my parents' today. The kids haven't seen their grandparents in a while, so I thought it would be good to have a visit. Are you okay? Did you need me for something?
Oh, no, nothing's wrong. I just heard that you're gonna move out.
Yeah, we are. Not yet, but we've already spoken to a real estate advisor. Rumors really do spread fast, don't they? I guess I shouldn't be surprised since it's such a small community. We haven't decided when we'll be moving, but I think it'll happen in the next few weeks. We're hoping we can move out as soon as possible.
Oh, where are you gonna move?
We're going to move in with my parents. That's part of the reason why we're visiting for a few days. both of my parents are getting on in age, and they're finding it difficult to get the shopping and chores done. My mother is especially frail recently. We're going to have their house remodeled to make it easier for them to move around and so we can all fit in. My husband's also asked to get relocated to this state for work, and they're giving us the green light, so everything's going according to plan.
Really? Well, good for you. But it'll be so lonely without you. If you're not here, I can't go to yours have lunch anymore. Who's gonna make us all those delicious lunches?
Yeah, I'm sure the kids will miss seeing each other every day at lunchtime.
I won't be able to eat your cakes and sweets either. Your handmade brownies are the best I've ever tasted. And I'll need to find someone else to drive my kids to school. Oh, it was really great having you around to drive us whenever we needed it. Without you here, I'm gonna have to do so much stuff myself.
Yeah, that's true. If you ever have the time, feel free to come visit us here. That'll give the kids a chance to see each other again. It's far from the city, but there's a lot of nature, and it's a lovely place with a lot of beautiful views. There's plenty of space for the kids to run around, too.
If you're gonna pay for the gasoline for the trip, then sure. You're moving out of state, aren't you? It'll take us a few hours' drive to get there, and that sounds really tiring. How about you come and get us?
I think that's going to be difficult. I'd have to drive around for 6 hours just to get you here. Well, if you're ever in the area, then let me know. I can prepare some brownies. Anyway, I've got to go. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, hey, wait a sec. I still have something to ask. What are you gonna do with your car when you move?
We'll be taking it with us, of course. We won't be able to get around without a car. We won't be living in the city anymore, so a car is a necessity.
Oh, but won't it be a bother to drive there? You could get a bus there and a new car when you arrive. I'll take your old car off your hands if you want.
I'm sorry, what? Were you just trying to make a joke? The car I have now is still new, so there's no point in buying another one.
Oh, I guess you really like that car. What about your furniture? The big electrics like your dishwasher and fridge? Oh, what about your TV? Are you gonna leave those behind? Why don't I just take them for you? That way you can save having to move them all the way to your parents' house. I prefer the refrigerator the most. The one we have right now is really small, and I've been looking for a big one like yours. Plus, your fridge is a new model, isn't it? It's energy saving too, right? But it's really big. It'll be really difficult to take with you. I should take it for you.
I'm grateful you're being so considerate, but we won't be leaving anything behind. We'll be using a moving company to take everything with us, and we've already made a list of the things that'll be going in the trucks, so you don't have to worry about lightening our load or anything. As for the stuff we don't need, we'll be selling those online, so there's no problem whatsoever.
What? Are you being serious? You're gonna sell things online, but you're not gonna give anything to me? I thought we were friends, so I was expecting something when I heard you were moving away.
Excuse me?
Well, you're moving away, so I thought you would give me something. I never thought you would just sell everything without telling me. I was really looking forward to seeing what I might get. I'm really disappointed in you. I thought you were much better than that. You could give me something, you know. We've been friends for a while now. You're surprisingly selfish, aren't you?
I don't understand why I have to be insulted like that. And you're calling me selfish? I don't think I owe you anything after all the favors I've done for you.
I don't remember you doing me any favors. What about your house? I can have that, can't I?
You want my house? Are you kidding me?
You definitely won't be using it. You're moving to a different house. And you can't take it with you. There's no point keeping it as a summer home since there aren't any great vacation spots in this area. We are friends, aren't we? You won't give me any furniture, so you'll give me your house, right? I'll forgive you for deciding to sell your furniture without consulting me if you do.
What on earth are you talking about?
I'm saying I want your house. Don't you understand English? You're not going to use it anyway. What's the problem? Don't tell me you're not going to give it to me either. I'm telling you, I'll take your house for you. You should show a little more gratitude. I'm doing you a massive favor. This way, you don't have to deal with all the little details of having to put it on the market and sell it and all that complicated stuff.
I'm sorry. I really don't understand what you're saying. You're joking, right? Are you seriously asking me to give you my house for free?
What's so hard to understand? I want your house. It's a pretty simple sentence. My family and I are living in an apartment right now, but it's really small and cramped for all four of us. Our kids are getting bigger by the day, so it would be great if we could have a place that has more rooms so they can each have their own space. They need privacy after all. Your house is detached and it's really big too. Your kids each have their own room, don't they? My kids could use their rooms after you left. It's perfect for my family and it's great timing if you're moving out of your house. I'll take it for you and save you a lot of trouble. It's a win-win situation. You'll give it to us, won't you?
That's really funny. I'm happy that you're so fond of our choice of property, and I'm flattered, really. You really love jokes, don't you, Charlotte?
What? I'm not joking about anything, though. And I'm not trying to flatter you. I really do want your house.
What? You're being serious? But you're asking me to give you my house for free. You're just joking, aren't you? No one in their right mind would expect someone to give them their house just like that.
What's the problem? You're not just someone. We're friends.
What? You honestly think that friends would give each other an entire house for free?
Yeah, so what if I do? I'm being super serious. I want your house, so why won't you give it to me? I'm telling you, I'll take it from you for free. It'll save you a lot of time and stress dealing with selling it. You don't need it anymore, so I'll take it for you. It's a waste to just leave it behind and not do anything with it, so I'll take it off your hands. You don't have to thank me. I'm doing it out of the kindness of my heart. And I really do love what you've done with the place, so the both of us might get a lot out of it. I can tell that you've put a lot of thought into the interior design too. It's really beautiful. I love that the living room is really big too. It can't have been this big when you bought the house, so it must have cost a lot to have it reformed. My kids will love watching TV and having parties in this room. Oh, I'm sure that my husband will love living here too.
Okay, hold on. You haven't moved in yet. I haven't even given an affirmative, and you're already imagining living in my house and lording your so-called favor over me?
What? But it's a really big favor I'm doing you.
Calm down. You should listen to what you're saying, because you really don't make any sense at all. You recognize that it took a lot of time and money to make this house the way it is, and yet you still want me to give it to you for free? I don't understand you at all. Are you okay? Do you have a fever or something? Are you delirious? You should really read your messages back and take a second to confirm if you're fine with the nonsense you've been typing up until now.
Why should I do that? All I'm doing is asking a friend if she can give me her house. Yeah, you've worked hard on making it into a home, but you're moving to another place so you don't need it anymore.
Normally, when people move out of a property they own, they sell their homes. I think that's common sense. People don't just give up their homes for free to a friend. Even if it was family, a house is way too big of an investment to give away. And usually, the person on the receiving end wouldn't accept such a thing for free either. If it were me, I would at least offer to pay a monthly rent or something to make it worth it. But regardless of whether you want it or not, we're going to sell this house. We've already spoken with a real estate agency. Because of all the work we've put into it, I think we can get a good price for it. We're going to put this house on the market.
What? You never told me that. I thought we were friends. How could you decide to sell it without offering it to me first?
I'm sorry. Do you think you're the victim in this situation? Why are you making it sound like I stabbed you in the back? I told you earlier that we had already gotten advice from a real estate agent, didn't I?
I don't remember that. But if you really thought of me as a friend, you'd give it to me for free, wouldn't you? That's the normal thing to do. I can't believe you'd sell it before offering it to your friends.
We're talking about a house, right? It's not the same as making you and your son's lunch every day and making sweets whenever you come over. It's an entire house you're asking for. You're just asking me to give you a perfectly sellable house. For free. Just because we're friends? I've never heard of anything like that before.
I thought we were friends, but I guess it was just me that thought of you like that, even though we had so much fun together up until now. I'm shocked that you won't give me your house. It makes me wonder what the point was in being so close. I never knew you were so selfish.
What? You're calling me selfish? Says the woman that never cooks her own lunch and has never invited me to have dinner at hers despite the countless number of times I've made her lunch for her? How can you be such a hypocrite? And I thought we were friends for the sake of being friends, not because we expected free gifts from each other when one of us moves. And you're asking for a house? How does that even make any sense? Of course I'm not giving you my house for free. If you want it, you'll have to go through the proper procedures to buy it off the market. At the very least, I'll let you know when we put it out for sale.
Seriously? You're gonna make me buy your house? I can't believe you'd say something like that. And I can't believe you'd bring up lunch like that. I thought you were happy to make lunch for me. And you have the bigger house, so of course you'd be the host for our lunches. You're really horrible. You're saying that because you know I don't have the money to buy your house at the market price. I can't afford the things you can, you know. Just because you and your husband make a lot of money doesn't mean that you can look down on me like that.
I haven't said a single thing about being better than you just because I have more money. I just said that if you want my house, you can buy it. I can't give it to you for free. You're the one that's taking advantage of my kindness. I'm surprised that anyone could think that giving houses away was normal. I don't know how much money you think I have, but it's not enough to start giving things away for free. That's all I wanted to say.
Why should I have to pay for it? You should just give it to me. I've already told my husband. What am I supposed to do now?
Huh? What did you tell him?
I messaged him to tell him that I'll be able to get a free house from a friend. I already told him and he's really excited about it, so you have to give it to me. I let him know that he can come and take a look at it today while he's out. His shift should be ending soon, so I think he'll be there in an hour or so.
Wait. Your husband is coming to look at my home? Today? But I'm not there. How do you plan on getting in?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. When I came to visit the other day, I found a spare key when I was looking through the drawers of that cabinet you have in the corridor. I took it home with me so that I could use that to get into the house. You don't mind, of course. It'll be my house in a few weeks anyway.
This is unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm reading right now.
I'm already inside, so it's a bit too late to tell me I can't. I've brought my sons with me, so we're watching TV in the living room. It would be really nice if you could leave this flat screen behind for us too. It's the perfect size for such a big room. Once my husband comes, he'll be taking a tour of the house and see what we think. But I think it's obvious he's not going to say no to such a great house. He was so happy to hear that you'll be giving it to us for free. He was saying that this must be an early Christmas miracle or something. Oh, isn't he cute? He was just like a little kid that got the present he had been dreaming of.
Wait a minute. This is too much for me to take. Are you telling me you've broken into my house? Why would you tell him something so irresponsible? I haven't agreed to anything like that. Not to giving you my house, and certainly not to you having a house tour while I'm out. What you're doing right now, that's called trespassing. It's a crime. You're breaking the law. Do you understand?
Oh, don't be like that. We're friends. This doesn't count. And it's going to be mine anyways. What's so bad about me visiting my future house? Don't make such a big deal out of it. You should chill out a bit more.
Are you crazy? That's still my house. We haven't moved out yet, and our stuff is still there. And I haven't said anything about giving you my house. This entire conversation has been me saying that I'm not giving it to you. I told you, if you want it, you have to buy it. How many times do I have to tell you that I'm not giving it to you before you understand? Would you please listen to what I'm saying? I want you out of my house, right now.
Sorry, I don't understand. My kids are having fun watching their favorite TV show, and my husband's on his way. Don't worry, your house is in safe hands. It's gonna be mine in a few weeks, so it's not like we'd break anything.
You've broken into my house with a stolen key, and you're telling me not to worry? What's wrong with you? There's something seriously messed up about this situation. You're actually terrifying me. Why are you even looking through our cabinet anyway? You didn't just find the spare key, you were looking for it and you got lucky. You're a criminal.
You're overreacting. We're always visiting you. Why is this any different? We'll go as soon as my husband's taken a look at the house. It's okay, I won't let him or the kids go through your things in the bedrooms. Though, it would be interesting if we found something.
What are you going on about? It's completely different. I'm not just worried about you going through my stuff. That's the least of my worries. The problem is that you're breaking and entering. I can't believe this. I won't be able to go home until tomorrow, and I can't trust a word you say. I'm calling the police.
Oh, you're gonna call the police over something like this? You're making a big deal out of nothing. All I did was borrow your key. We're supposed to be friends. Can't you relax a little?
You didn't borrow it. I didn't say you could take it. You stole it. Friends don't do things like this. And you've broken our trust, so I don't even think of you as a friend anymore. Please get out of my house. I'm asking you nicely. If you don't, I'm calling the police.
Oh, but I was thinking about making steak for dinner. I've already prepared the vegetables and the pan's already warmed up.
What? What do you mean? Steak? I don't understand. Are you trying to make dinner in my house? And of all the things you can make, you're going to make steak?
I found some really delicious looking meat in the fridge, so I thought it would be a great idea for dinner. I asked the kids and they seem really excited. They're really hungry after running all over the place, so I've already started prepping everything. All that's left is to broil the meat.
You've got to be kidding. You let your kids run all around my house, and you're going to fill them up with food from my fridge?
We've got to put the kids first, Isabel. They're hungry. I've got to feed them. If I wait until I get home, then they'll end up going to bed much later, and you know how kids get when they stay up late. We'll go home as soon as we've eaten dinner, I promise.
How can I trust any promise you make after you've broken into my home and gone through my fridge? God knows what else you've done without telling me. You clearly think that it's okay to break the law and invade our privacy. Why shouldn't I call the police?
Okay, yeah, I went through some of your stuff and I started cooking without asking you, but it's not like I did anything bad. It's not something worth involving the police in.
You must have a screw loose if you really think that. You understand that this is a crime, don't you?
Oh, don't exaggerate. You're being such a drama queen.
I guess there's no point in trying to deal with this between us, so you give me no choice. I've already called one of my neighbors to check up on the house and told her that you're trespassing. She kindly agreed to be there when the police arrived to explain what's going on.
What? You've already told someone I'm here? And you called the police on me? Why would you do that? I thought we were friends. You're going way too far with this. Call them and tell them it's a mistake.
You keep on repeating that you thought that we were friends, but that's my line. You're the one that stepped over the line by breaking into my house. I can't believe you'd do something so stupid.
Oh, wait a second, Isabel. Did you really call the police on me? Are they actually coming here? My husband's already on his way. He said he's going to be here in 10 minutes. Could you just wait a little longer? As soon as my husband arrives, we'll look around really quickly and go home after we've eaten dinner. It won't take that long, so can you just call the police and tell them not to come? I swear, we'll be gone in an hour.
You're absolutely crazy if you think that's okay. You're breaking and entering. All I'm doing is reporting a crime to the police. How about you calm down and think about what you're doing? How would you feel if this was done to you? I don't think you'd be very happy either.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you this angry. I thought you'd be okay with it because we're friends. I'll apologize. Please tell the police that you made a mistake. I'll do anything you ask. Just please don't have me arrested. Oh no, someone's at the door. They keep on ringing the doorbell. What do I do? What do I have to do for you to forgive me?
It's my neighbor. She's come to see if you're still there. Why don't you answer the door and explain to her what you're doing in my house? And it's a little too late to beg for my forgiveness. You should have left the house when I first asked you to. Actually, no. You should have never stolen my key if you didn't want the police to get involved. I hope that you'll finally understand that what you've done is a crime and learn to never make the same mistake again after getting the punishment you deserve.
Wait, Isabel, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to make you this angry. I thought you'd be okay with it because we're friends. I heard the rumors about you moving and I've always liked your house. I just thought it would be nice to live in a place like this and just wanted to show my husband, that's all. If anything, I wish you would just take it as a compliment. I didn't want to make you angry, I swear. I'm really sorry. Can you please forgive me?
It's too late for apologies. You've already done more than enough to ruin our friendship. You can explain the rest to the police because I'm done listening to your excuses. I'm going to let the other moms in the neighborhood know about what you did, so they'll be more cautious when they invite you into their homes. That's if they ever feel comfortable with letting you in after they hear about what happened today. I'll be speaking to the kindergarten too, just in case.
What? You don't have to do that. If you tell everyone, nobody will want to have lunch with me. I'm really sorry. Can we just forget about all of this? I'm apologizing, so can't you forgive me just this once? I won't ever do it again. Isabel, I can hear a police siren. You didn't call them off? Are they still coming to the house?
That's right. Why would I call them off? You wouldn't leave, so what other choice did I have? They're going to arrest you for breaking and entering. It's a shame that your children have to watch their mother getting arrested, but it might be a good chance for them to realize that what you've done isn't okay. Besides, it was your decision to bring them with you when you trespassed into my home. You'll have to explain that to the police as well. I don't know how much your husband knows about you stealing my key and getting into my house without my permission, but I hope that he has enough sense to know that what you've done is wrong and will be able to teach your children not to copy your actions. I hope that the effect this will have on your family, friendships, and most of all your life will teach you a lesson. Goodbye. The police arrived at Isabel's home, and Charlotte ended up being taken away to the nearest police station to be questioned. But before she was taken away, she had made a futile effort to deceive the police and had been telling them that she was just house-sitting. Thankfully, the neighbor that Isabel asked to check on her home stayed with the police to explain what she had heard from Isabel herself over line. She told the police on Isabel's behalf that Charlotte had never been asked to house sit, and that the key she used to enter the house was stolen. Charlotte's lies and excuses were meaningless, and the police officers were able to get a better idea of the situation. As for Charlotte's children, they had been nagging their mother for dinner, but when the police arrived, they finally realized that they might be in trouble. Of course, they didn't understand what for, so they were very, very relieved when their father's car appeared. Charlotte's husband had also been looking forward to having dinner, so he was surprised to find her standing with the police out on the street. After hearing the truth, he took their children home. Charlotte herself was stuffed into the back of a police car and taken away. Isabel couldn't forgive Charlotte for what she had done and decided to press charges. Luckily for Charlotte, she was charged guilty but managed to avoid time in prison by paying compensation to Isabel. However, because of the scene that she had made outside Isabel's house with the police, the entire neighborhood found out about why she had been arrested within days, and she lost all the friends she had because nobody wanted to invite someone so untrustworthy into their home. As a result, she and her family ended up moving away. Charlotte's story teaches us that being too self-centered can have deep and irreversible effects on our relationships. I hope we can all learn from her and avoid being too selfish ourselves.
Hey, Laura, are you there? I just wanted to remind you that we are going to get married tomorrow. You do know that, don't you? So anyways, I just wanted to take this opportunity to say that since you and I are about to be marrying each other, I really think that you should give me just a bit more money every single month. I mean, I know that you're already giving me a bit of money for the time being, but it's never enough. I always end up spending it all, and so I need more.
But Dale, I think that I'm already giving you a lot of money at this point, aren't I? I mean, just why is it that you need so much money from me anyways? If you really are needing a bit more cash, then why don't you go start working a part-time job or something like that? After all, it isn't like you don't have enough time to work. I know your schedule, and you could certainly manage it, I'd assume.
Excuse me? You're telling me that I should go out and find a job? Are you kidding me? I'll have you know that I already work hard right now, thank you very much.
Dale, please, you and I both know that when you tell me that you're going to work, all that really means is that you're going to the casino. I just wish that you could find a normal job with a consistent salary. I think you would enjoy that a lot more than winning and losing all day on cards.
You have no idea how it is to do what I do. Well, excuse me if I don't earn enough money for playing cards to make you happy, Laura. But it's not like I'm not doing other work around the house. Aren't I taking care of basically everything around here? I do all the cleaning, I do all the vacuuming, I cook all the food. You basically have a house husband, and yet you don't seem grateful for all that work.
That's not true. I really am grateful for all that you do, and I really appreciate all that you do around the house for us.
Well, if you were really appreciative of what I do for us around here, then maybe you should start to pay me for all the work that I do. Either way, I need more money, and I need it now.
Dale, I really respect where you're coming from, and I can understand wanting to get paid for the work that you're doing. But let's not forget that I am the one paying for so much of what we already have. I mean, take food, for example. Not only do I buy all the groceries that you use to cook, but you don't even cook every day. In fact, I would say that most nights we end up ordering out instead, and that I always end up paying for it. As for the cleaning, well, I think that we can both say you don't always do the best job, and, well, you could be a little more careful the next time you clean.
I really can't believe that you're complaining to me about these things right now. I mean, you really don't know how lucky you have it. Do you have any idea just how grateful you should be that someone like me is with you? A person in a wheelchair? You have no idea how difficult that makes things for me. So I really don't understand where you get off trying to ask me to do even more for you than I'm already doing.
But it's not like I'm asking you to do anything for free. After all, I'm literally paying you $1,000 a month for all that you do for me. But all you do is spend that money on booze and gambling, and then you come back to me and say I don't give you enough. Not only that, but when you are home, all you do is eat snacks and watch TV. Don't you think there's more to life that you could be doing?
You have no idea what you're talking about, and I am not going to let you try and tell me how to live. Do you understand me? Besides, are you always at home to be watching what it is that I do? You can't say for sure that all I do is eat and watch TV. Do you even like me, Laura?
Of course I like you, Dale, but I know that you could be doing more than this, and I just want what's best for you.
You're telling me that I should learn to stand on my own two legs while you're stuck in a chair? Give me a break. You do realize that even when we go out, I'm still always watching out for you, don't you? You have no idea what it's like to be dating someone in a wheelchair when you're the normal person. You don't know what it is that I have to go through.
Dale, I'm not trying to say that this has been easy on you, okay?
Well, then why are you always acting this way towards me? Why are you being so selfish? Don't you get that you have a normal person like me helping out someone like you? I think I've already gone above and beyond what anyone else would expect of me. I wouldn't have any of these problems if I was dating another normal person.
Dale, why are you talking like this? Are you telling me that you regret getting engaged to me? Why wait until now to tell me about all of this? I'm sorry, Dale, but I think I'm going to need some time to think.
Wait, no, that's not what I was saying at all. I wasn't saying that I don't want to marry you. I just want you to think about how I feel a little more.
Tell me, Dale, just what kinds of people have you dated before me? Have they all been normal people, as you like to call them?
No, that isn't true. There was one girl I was dating and she was deaf, so what do you think of that?
Oh, really? You were dating a deaf girl? Didn't know that. And just what was the reason for your breaking up?
You think I remember why I broke up with some ex from so long ago? Come on. Why are you even bringing up old relationships of mine? Look, I think that we're getting away from the whole point of why I started this conversation from you. I need more money from you. Do you understand?
You know, I've been pretending not to notice this whole time, but you've already been getting extra money from me. The money that I forget on my desk when I go out, the money that I actually put in my desk. I know that you've taken that money and pocketed it for yourself. In fact, I'm pretty sure that you've even started taking money right from my wallet as well.
Oh, I see. So you finally noticed what I've been doing this whole time, is that right? Well, I hope that you understand that you're at fault for that. When I need money and you don't give it to me, what am I supposed to do? Besides, it's not my fault if you're always dropping money everywhere and forgetting all about it. Would you rather the money just got lost and never used?
Except that I don't drop money everywhere like you're saying, Dale. I put money down to be used for later. And I'll have you know that I really don't appreciate you snooping through my things looking for spare cash to take for yourself.
Okay. I guess I can try and stop doing that from here on out. But after all, it's not like you don't have savings of your own, right?
Savings? And just why do you want to know about how much money I have saved away?
Well, I mean, we're about to get married, aren't we? I think it's only natural that I want to make sure that my wife has some money put away. So I was just checking to make sure that you did. By the way, would you mind telling me where you stashed it all? After all, if I'm going to be living off of you, I should know where to go for my money.
So you finally just come out and say it. Your whole plan is just to live off of me and my savings? Don't tell me that you were doubting me about how much money I might have.
No, of course not. I really was just checking to make sure that you did have more money. After all, when you and I are married, your money is also going to be my money. Isn't that right? So I just figured that we should have the money talk now, and you could tell me how to access your savings. Wouldn't you agree with me?
I understand what you're saying, but the thing is that we're not married yet. And even when we do get married, my own savings would still be my money.
Oh, come on, Laura. You're not actually going to be all cheap like that, are you? I really don't know if we can get married if you're going to act this way. I just want to make sure that you have the money that I assume that you do. Can't you just show me that you have it?
Okay, fine. If you really want to know how much money I have in my savings account, it's sitting at about $800,000.
I see. And this is all in a safe or something? If it's in a safe, can you tell me the combination? Or is this all in a bank account? If so, where's the card for it? And what's the PIN number?
And if you want to go to the bank to access it, you can use the code. And if you take my card, the PIN for it is...
Amazing. I feel so much better now that we've been able to talk about all of this. Thanks for understanding, Laura.
I knew that he was up to no good. I just knew that I couldn't trust him one bit. And it's just like I feared. Today he was asking about how much money I have. And since we're getting married tomorrow, I bet he was just waiting this whole time to ask me about that. Oh no, it really is just like you were worrying about, isn't it? Are you okay? I mean, I would have been feeling depressed after that. If you need anyone, just know that I'm here for you, okay? I don't know what I would do if I found out that my fiancé was this kind of person. Oh, Audrey, thank you so much for worrying about me, but I really do think that I'm going to be okay. But it really does mean so much that you want to be there for me. I'll be honest, though. I've thought that this was the case for a while, and I guess I prepared myself for it. Anyways, it's been a long time since I ever really felt like Dale might be the one for me. Wow, you really seem to have much better perspective on this than I might be able to. But if you think that you're going to be okay, then that's all that really matters to me. After all, I know that when you're ready to cut a man out of your life, that you get all business about it. You act as if you've suddenly found a strange bug on your shirt and flick it off. Well, I just didn't think that I would have to be doing something like that with Dale, of all people. But then again, I guess I've never really had all that much luck with guys anyway. Sure, maybe you've dated some not great people in the past, but it sounds to me like Dale really takes the cake for being a total jerk. I don't really think that you could ever do worse than him. But I guess Dale also hasn't realized that he would need to do more work to hold on to you, isn't that right? I really don't know about that, but either way now, I'll have to think about what I want to do about this. Well, what I don't understand is why Dale would try and act like this when he's already admitted that he's just going to live off of your money anyway. I mean, he literally said that to you, right? Doesn't he realize that's like leaving a big smoking gun for you to use how you want? Yeah, I think there are a few ways that I could go about handling this, but the thing is that even though Dale has said that, he still hasn't taken action to really make his motives known. I'm just waiting for him to slip up in a big way before I finally make my move against him. Well, I guess it's a good thing that you're being so meticulous about that. That's actually what I really admire about you. Once you set your mind on something, it's tough to get you off of it until it's dealt with. You like that about me? I feel like I know quite a few people who dislike me for that exact reason. But I'm glad that I have a friend like you to talk to about these sorts of things. Whatever happens, though, be ready for a show tomorrow.
Oh, wow. I was hoping that you were going to give me just a little bit more money, but this is way more than even I was expecting to get from you. Guess it really does pay off to be dating such a stupid girl in a wheelchair. Anyways, thanks for the money. Have a nice life, you loser.
Wait, what? Dale, I don't understand. What do you mean by that? Where are you right now? You know that we're engaged to be married, don't you?
You mean you still think that you and I are going to be getting married? Don't you get it? I tricked you. Of course we're not getting married. The whole reason I was putting up this act this whole time was also that I could get you to tell me how to access your money.
Wait, so then you're telling me that you don't want to get married to me at all?
Of course I don't want to get married to an ugly little cripple like you. I was only using you to get into that safe that you gave me the combination for.
You mean that you went to my safe and you're going to open it?
That's right. I'm actually just about to open the door and see all of your money that's waiting for me to take it. Oh, man, this was so easy.
Yeah, well, you have my condolences. I wish you the best, though.
Condolences? What in the world are you talking about? If anything, I should be saying that to you. Don't you realize I'm about to rob you blind?
How about you finish opening the safe and then finish all your gloating, okay?
Wait, what? What the heck is going on here? Is this supposed to be some kind of joke or something? The only thing in the safe are some rotting vegetables.
Yep, that sounds about right. I made sure to pack the safe full of vegetables, and I suppose they would have started to rot by now. But tell me, did you like the little surprise that I left in there for you now that you've seen it?
Surprise? You mean to tell me that you knew that in this safe there would only be smelly old vegetables? What's the matter with you? Where's my money?
Oh, you mean my money? Because I don't think that you have money, considering the fact that you don't even work. So I don't really know why you thought you were so entitled to my money when you hardly do anything to earn that either.
Shut up! I'm not in the mood for these little games of yours. You just tell me where you put your money right this instant.
Oh, actually, the debit card for that account may still be in there in the safe if you just dig around with your hands for a little bit. Although I'm pretty sure it's buried quite deep down there, so you'll have to do quite a bit of digging.
I can't believe that you're actually making me do this. This is just disgusting. What kind of sick person are you? I can't find it. I thought you said that it was in here. Where's the card? I can't find it anywhere amongst all these vegetables.
Oops, well, I guess I lied to you. Of course I wouldn't leave my bank card in with all of those rotten vegetables. That would be just disgusting. But did you actually think that I left the card in there for you? Were you about elbow deep into the rotting spinach before you realized there was nothing in there? Oh man, I wish that I could have been there to see that. That sounds absolutely hysterical.
You lied to me about that card? I can't believe you. You really have a screw loose if you think it's okay to be treating people like this.
Do you really think that you're in any position to be saying that to me? You just said that you started a fake relationship and even got engaged to me, all so that you could try and steal my money. So how about I ask you just what you think you're doing? Because this is a pretty bad way to start a marriage, you know?
This isn't a joke, Laura. Did you really actually think that I was going to marry a crippled little loser like you? I won't let you get away with this.
You really are just such a piece of trash. Do you even realize that, Dale? And as for not getting away with this, trust me, the feeling is more than mutual. Although I must say that I don't think I've ever been through something quite like this.
You've ruined everything. You've made all the time that we spent together mean nothing now. I'm just so disappointed in you. But the games are over, so give me all your money now.
Do you really think that I'm just going to follow through with that because you told me to? You really need to wake up if you think that this is how the world works. I mean, you lied to me, and you think that I'm still going to give you money after this?
You have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, you haven't stopped to consider how I feel about all of this. Here I was thinking that I was going to get a ton of money, and now I've got nothing.
Yeah, well, that really means nothing to me at all, and you're nothing but a con man.
Oh, come on. So what if I lied to you? Didn't it feel good to be with me before you figured out the truth? Isn't that worth anything? How'd you even figure out that I was doing all of this to begin with, huh?
I mean, it really wasn't all that hard to pin down at all. You do realize that in my work as hiring manager, I have to be vigilant for all kinds of liars, right? Not only that, but you all but practically told me of what your plans were. But I guess you thought you'd have more time to get away with them. But you literally told me that you were planning to live off of all my money. And you know that the funny thing is, I would have let you if you didn't go and do this. But now that you've gone and ruined all that we had together, you're not going to get a single cent from me.
I don't get how you could do this to me. It doesn't make any sense. I never, ever want to see you again after this.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. I've already called the police, and they should be on their way.
Wait, you mean you actually called the cops on me over this? Hold on a second. Why can I hear sirens coming down the street right now?
Oh, wow. They even put on the sirens for you. That's gonna make you feel kind of special, right? But then again, I guess you are in the middle of a failed robbery attempt right now, aren't you? But the police know exactly where to go to pick you up, so I wouldn't try to run. You'd only get in more trouble.
What's going on? How could you do this to me? I mean, you stabbed me in the back. You betrayed me.
I mean, you were already doing the same thing to me, and besides, it's not like you're not trying to rob me. You literally waited for a time that we would be apart to try and get into my safe and take the money out of it. You even admitted to as much in the very first messages that you sent me today.
But I didn't think that you'd go and run to the police about this. You weren't supposed to do that.
Why wouldn't I go to the police if someone were trying to rob me? You're doing something bad, so I call the cops. It's pretty simple, really. I imagine that if you were hearing the sirens a few minutes ago, though, they've probably got you surrounded by now.
So then, you mean, you really think that I might get arrested for this?
I mean, if the cops are there and they're surrounding you, I doubt it's because they want to throw you a surprise party.
This isn't funny. I have to get out of here. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to escape from this? You've got to help me, Laura. Haven't I been a good boyfriend to you?
You hardly ever did any work around the house despite always complaining about the hard work that you do. Your whole plan for our relationship was that you would just leech off my money while you wasted it all on alcohol and gambling. And even when I was paying you a little bit of money every single month, you were so ungrateful and said I wasn't giving you enough. So no, I wouldn't say that you were a big boyfriend even in the slightest.
But, I mean, I was dating you and you're in a wheelchair. Doesn't that count for anything at all? You have no idea what I've sacrificed not dating someone normal.
And that's another thing. You keep calling able-bodied people normal and act like you're some kind of saint for dating a woman in a wheelchair. It's obvious that the whole reason you targeted me for this scam of yours was because you thought that you'd be able to manipulate me.
Okay, fine, so what? Yeah, I thought you were going to be an easy mark because you're in a wheelchair. Man, I wish I could have stolen your money. It's not like you would have been able to chase after me.
I don't get why you don't just step outside the building and turn yourself in. You realize that you're only making things worse for yourself, don't you?
I don't care what you think. What do I possibly have to lose now? Besides, I haven't even really done anything when you think about it. All I did was open up a safe that you gave me the combination to, and all I found there was vegetables.
Yes, you're right. I suppose the most you could be charged for this is attempted robbery. But what about the deaf girl you were dating? I know all about what you did to her.
Wait, hold on a second. How did you find out about her?
Actually, a friend of mine who I told about our situation introduced me to your ex since she had a similar story. We talked and we realized we had both dated the same person and that you were never punished for what you did to her. So while I may not be able to get these charges to stick, I am sure that mine aren't the only ones that you'll be facing. Anyways, I'm sure the police are going to burst in there any minute, so enjoy jail.
Wait, but then... Serious? Oh, crap. It's really bad. Things weren't supposed to happen this way!
After that, Dale tried to leap out the window to escape, but he was on the first floor and the building was already surrounded, so he only got in more trouble and was immediately captured. My friend Audrey took Dale's last victim, who she had introduced to me, down to the precinct to identify Dale as the man who had scammed her. Apparently, it was a very similar story where the two of them were about to get married. Then, on the day before their wedding, Dale disappeared with all of the poor woman's money. Thankfully, Dale wasn't able to get that far with me. Now he's awaiting trial for what he did to the two of us, and I am sure that he is going to get his just desserts soon enough. As for me, although I was in a bit of a shock from my experience and what Dale tried to do, I was just glad that we were able to stop him before he had a chance to escape. I know that it's going to take me a little bit of time to sort out my feelings about all of this, but I'm sure that I'll be fine in due time. And as long as I see Dale punished for the way that he tried to take advantage of differently abled women, then I think I will be able to rest easy knowing that he's been taken off the streets. Getting that kind of justice will certainly help me heal from this.
So, it was my wedding ceremony on the 26th, you see? My old hag of a coworker ruined my special day. But of course she had to come here, didn't she?
This old hag of a coworker wouldn't be referring to me now, would it?
OMG. Oops, my bad. I accidentally messaged you, Hilda. I'm a bit careless sometimes when it comes to messaging the person I need to contact. That old hag comment? It was just a joke, don't worry about it. Please don't take that comment too seriously.
Sabrina, how can you make such a fool of me like that? I know that you've been calling me an old hag behind my back to people. You don't have to go out of your way to ruin the mood until the wedding, right? I didn't know, but if you can change what happened, would you?
Huh? What's this even about, Hilda?
Why? I wonder if other coworkers would be just as confused as I am. 1 minute rejecting everything and backing down, then standing in a corner ready to fight.
Well, I agree with you on that, as I don't have much confidence in myself, you see.
Wait, what? What's that even supposed to mean?
Oh, honey, you know that everyone wanted to come to my ceremony more than some 39-year-old grandma's wedding ceremony. As an old hag, you have to worry about that sort of thing if people can't attend. It must be so difficult being you.
No, I have absolutely no worries about that, but what I'm worried about is the complete opposite.
The opposite? What do you mean by that?
By all means, Sabrina, you can call me an old hag if that pleases you. I just think that it's a little embarrassing that you're saying I ruined your wedding. Aren't you embarrassed with yourself and how much you flaunt your youth in front of me?
Me? What? Oh, Hilda, I'm not embarrassed at all. Just embarrassed that an old hag like you can even exist.
How dare you come up with such a crude remark?
If you think so... I'm very much loved by our company's boss. After all, it seems like younger women are better in general. You just getting married at the age of 39 is pushing it a lot in terms of age. Did the old hag want to get married so desperately and just chose the first man that gave her attention?
We just got married in our own time. What's wrong with that? Why do you care so strongly about age and how people do things?
Oh, honey, it's not just me. Everyone feels that way about age.
Well, it seems you have a bit of confidence if you say to me that you're loved by our boss. But do you think that all of the invited guests think fondly of you?
Naturally, of course. My guests are very fond of me. There's no way that more people would show up to your wedding ceremony than mine. If you don't like that and don't want that to happen, why don't you just change the date of your wedding then?
Us? Change our wedding date? Are you kidding me? You were the one that wanted to ruin my wedding by putting on the same day as mine. And that was without our permission. Why should I have to change our date?
I don't think you'll need to change it at all, to be honest. Because all the guests will be coming here instead. It must be such an embarrassing thing for you to deal with.
You're really getting on my nerves about this, but what if it doesn't go well and will that make you sad? Won't you regret all the things you've said and done? Are you okay with living with that?
I would prefer if you just change the date, and with that, please pay for changing the date fee that goes along with it.
But don't you think that that's being too self-centered of you? There's no need for us to pay for changing the date. I refuse to go along with this. The world doesn't revolve around you.
If you're gonna be like that, then please just cancel your wedding altogether.
We're doing no such thing just because you said so, Sabrina.
Fine. Then you should prepare to expect no guests to show up so that you're not disappointed.
No, I've just finished checking the guest list, actually. Sabrina, when it comes to your wedding, you should be checking your guests' intentions. Do you think I would regret doing this if I didn't know what my guests intended to do?
You're saying that even though all the guests are coming to my wedding. It sounds like you're doubting yourself. If you're so worried, then shouldn't you just be worrying about yourself at this time? Well, I'm just happy an old hag like you can still get married. I bet you're celebrating from the very bottom of your heart because you're so relieved about it, right? But of course, I'm getting married too, so I'm incredibly sorry I can't attend yours. So, I wish you the best of luck on your oh-so-special day.
Yeah, good luck to you too, Sabrina. Even though I can't make it to your wedding, I hope you can enjoy celebrating your marriage.
Oh, Hilda! Today is our wedding ceremonies! All of my guests will be wishing you the very best for my special day, so your wedding ceremony must look very sad. How do you feel about that? Sad, right? Oh, but never mind that.
Are you all right there? What are you talking about? So you didn't change the wedding date then?
Why would we have to change our wedding date? If you're so worried about it, why didn't you just take matters in your own hands and change it yourself, you old hag?
Oh, I guess that's true. Well, your ceremony's today. I hope you have a wonderful day celebrating. I'm sorry that I can't attend.
Why be sorry? I'm glad that you can't make it, you old lady. You'd ruin the vibe for the whole ceremony. But you must feel so bummed out, right? Since all the guests are coming to my wedding instead?
Okay, who even said that?
No one had to tell me that. I just know that's the case. Everyone decided to come to my wedding instead.
Okay, so I guess you didn't check your guest list then.
Aw, I'm sorry to ruin an old lady's wedding day. It breaks my heart to do that. All of the guests who have been invited will come here and your ceremony will be empty, you know?
Okay, but all the guests are already coming to my ceremony.
What do you mean?
The wedding's about to start and I'm getting ready to walk down the aisle. And you're coming in to brag just before the wedding gets underway. All the people from the company have come to my wedding ceremony. Maybe you didn't know that, Sabrina?
Now, wait just a second here. Is this some sort of joke? How can there be people gathering at your wedding when they decided to come to my wedding over yours?
First of all, we don't know what time your ceremony starts at, Sabrina. Also, if our colleagues were thinking of attending your wedding, then why are the seats at yours all empty, huh?
Hold up. You're making this whole thing up right now? I'm checking the guest list right now, and no one's shown up yet. Why? What's going on right now? Hilda!
I tried to tell you, Sabrina, all the guests have been coming here, and so they couldn't make it to your ceremony. Knowing all this might make you panic a little, but this is just reality, Sabrina. My ceremony's about to start, and everyone that I invited ended up coming here. Do you understand what invited means? It means they said yes, and everyone is in attendance in my wedding.
Now just wait. I can't believe this is happening. Why are you doing this to me? Did you bribe the guests?
What? No, of course not. Why would I bribe my own guests?
But I just don't get it. This is so weird. Why are all the guests attending your wedding? I thought all my guests decided they wanted to come to my wedding. Did you do all of this just so you could beat me? You're such an awful person for bribing your guests into attending your own wedding over mine.
I have no idea what you're insinuating, Sabrina, but I don't need to bribe my own guests to come to my wedding.
Well, you obviously did something like that. This is all too weird.
Would you cut it out with all the whys and how weird this all is to you? Obviously, I'm just that more popular than you, Sabrina.
Huh? Your popularity is non-existent, though.
Okay, well, it is. Look at it this way, Sabrina. You were talking about how great it is that all the guests were going to attend your wedding. And then when you go to check the list, you see that no one has shown up. Don't you think you're being too irresponsible? Don't you see that them not showing up is not the same as giving them a chance to refuse an invitation?
No, but I didn't think everyone would refuse to come to my wedding. I thought that everyone was definitely coming to mine. Oh my god. I expected the boss to come to my wedding. He is way more fond of me than he is of you.
He might have told you that, my dear, but he's at my wedding ceremony too. Along with everyone else.
No way. Are you serious?
He cried and was over the moon to hear about my marriage, so I assume that means he's quite fond of me as well.
What on earth are you talking about? What is there to be fond of when it comes to a 39-year-old hag? You're completely delusional. He adores me way more than you.
But in reality, he's at my wedding ceremony. The boss is kind to everyone, so I can understand why you've been completely misunderstood. When I was a new employee, he was my mentor, so we're quite close.
He was your mentor? This can't be true.
We've known each other for a long time, so it makes sense that he came to my ceremony. There's no doubt about it, he wanted to attend mine. Why didn't you check the attendance list way before the ceremony was to go ahead? If you did, couldn't this all have been prevented?
No, it wouldn't have. Maybe it wouldn't have.
I see, so you didn't think anything of it. The fact that I calmly pointed out to you plunged you into a stutter. It's quite an unexpected thing to happen, isn't it? If you think about it a little harder, this whole thing might have been easier for you to understand.
That's enough out of you. Even if I'm blamed for all of this, it doesn't mean you aren't causing trouble. Stop that wedding right now and getting everyone over here for mine.
What? Why would I do that?
There is no need for you to have a wedding that's so extravagant. You're having a wedding and so are we, and we hardly have any guests here.
And because of that, you want me to cancel my wedding. But it seems like you're the ones that need to cancel your wedding since no one has shown up.
You don't care about anyone but yourself. How could something like this happen to me? I thought that I could embarrass you by making my wedding on the same day so no one would attend. I never in my wildest dreams expected this to happen. How am I completely embarrassed? This is all your fault. You're so cruel. I can never forgive you for this.
We're going to have some trouble if you're going to continue blaming me for this. Look, there's nothing you can do, and that's all I can say. We literally just about are to start the ceremony, and I need to meet my husband at the end of the aisle, so if you'll excuse me.
What? Wait, come back. You can't just run away from this. What am I supposed to do about my wedding?
Sabrina, I don't know what to do about that, but isn't it better to only have a few people attending the wedding? It's not the fault of having such a small group of people there, it's your fault.
But I'm so much younger and prettier than you. It would be better for everyone to come to my wedding. Why has this happened to me and not you? Why would anyone want to go to your wedding? Why would anyone want to see an old hag like you in a wedding dress? It would look so terrible.
Sabrina, let me be clear about something, all right? Having a bad personality is very much linked to how popular you are.
What do you mean by that? You mean I have a bad personality? So that makes me not a popular person?
If you were a popular person, you wouldn't have gotten yourself into this situation. With just a click of the fingers, you're not popular because you boast about how youthful you are, and people despise that. You act like you look down on people. That you're better than everyone. Don't you know that the people around you are sick and tired of that, Sabrina?
People are saying they're sick and tired of me?
Of course they do. You call the people that are older than you old hags, and you take people's spotlight by planning weddings on the same day as theirs. Isn't that just someone who has a terrible personality? Have you ever thought about what other people think about you? Isn't it better to try and understand how they feel and get along with them rather than putting them down? How about you think about that from now on, okay?
How dare you say those sorts of things to me? You're so annoying. I never want to see your face again, you old hag. I'm just going to resign from the company. I want nothing to do with you. It's so cruel that no one would come to my wedding.
You're the one that didn't check the guest list before the ceremony. That's your own mistake.
When you say something like that, I have nothing to say in return.
If it weren't for my wedding being on the same day, who would have actually shown up to watch you get married, huh? Oh well, it's too late to say something like that now. If you want to quit your job, then feel free to do so.
Really? You're not gonna stop me?
There'll be no one to have troubles with anymore if you do quit. And with that, I hope you enjoy your teeny tiny little wedding ceremony. In the end, the wedding ceremony was held in an awkward and empty-seated room. The groom's side and his relatives were wondering what was going on since no one showed up. When the situation was explained to the groom, he was dumbfounded. Despite being newlyweds, it seemed like the couple's relationship was a bit turbulent. As she'd been totally embarrassed by the whole situation, the next day she tried to quit the company as if she was running away from her problems. Unable to stand the gazes of those around her, she cried and some mysterious drama unfolded in the office. It seemed that she completely disappeared and her colleagues were still taking her leaving as a joke. Hilda and the other coworkers don't know where she is and what she's doing now. It would be nice if she wasn't boasting at her young age. However, a person like her seems to never want to learn from what she's done wrong.
Christine, I heard that you found yourself a new man to be engaged to. I bet you're so proud of yourself for getting there with him. As always, you are able to come out on top. What kind of man is he? I'm your best friend, so you should be willing to introduce him to me sometime soon.
It's been a long time, Gina. You do understand that I have no want to show my fiancé to you, right? Have you already forgotten what you did to me the last time that would make me feel this way?
Are you still complaining about what happened so long ago? That happened so far in the past that I've totally forgotten what happened in the first place.
Well, I have not forgotten what happened. And I never planned to let go of what happened to me because of you.
But it doesn't really matter anymore to anyone, right? You're going to be getting married soon here, right? So you can go ahead and forget about what happened to your last fiancé and move on. Having to drag that unneeded weight with you throughout your life is only going to slow you down.
I have forgotten about my last fiancé, but I will never forget about how my once best friend stole my fiancé right from my hands.
Ah, so this is about all that then. Well, in my case, all of that happened so long ago that my memory of it is really vague. But you should consider yourself lucky for finding a new man willing to marry you. So what kind of man is he?
I told you that I don't plan on introducing him to you, right? Now goodbye, Gina.
Well, do as you please. If you're going to try and keep him away from me, I guess I'll go look for him myself.
What do you mean you'll go looking for him? What the heck are you up to? I don't think he's the kind of man you should be going out looking for. So can you stop talking like you've gone mad and just leave me and my fiancé alone? I've had enough of you in my life after what you pulled last time, and I'm still pretty speechless from the day I found out. So don't expect to be hearing from or seeing me again.
Even if you don't plan to deal with me anymore, I want to meet your fiancé. If I just apologize to you about the past, will you forgive me and let me come see him?
I'll forgive you as long as you promise to never come around me and my fiancé. How does that sound? That probably wouldn't stop you, so I won't forgive you. Now goodbye.
I'm assuming that you got the invitation to my upcoming wedding, correct? Isn't this just crazy? Did you take a look at it yet?
Yeah, I did take a quick look at it.
How does it feel, Christine? How does it feel to have lost yet another one of your fiancés to me?
I have to say, I never thought you could stoop even lower than you had and do the same crap to me again. But aren't you jumping the gun on that marriage a little too quick? Are you sure it's okay for you to be getting ready to marry him when you've only known him for a few weeks? What I'm trying to ask is, do you really know what kind of man you've just stolen from me?
Him and I both have a burning love for one another, and that's why we want to get married now. Is this what they call a destined marriage? Right now, I'm in his arms, and he's never going to let go of me because we love each other so much, Christine.
You said that the last time you stole my fiancé, Gina. But that time, you and my ex immediately learned that you didn't really love one another and broke up, right?
Well, he turned out to be a pretty boring man after all. But since then, it's been 2 years and I'm turning 30 soon. I've really been wanting to become someone's wife. So I told myself that the next man I get, I'm keeping. So this is all working out perfectly for me. I was able to get a pretty good-looking man from you this time.
Able to get him from me, huh? You were always aiming for him the moment you noticed I had a new fiancé, right? I don't think you just luckily got him from me without any effort.
No matter what you have to say about how I find my men, you're still the one without a lover. He has chosen me and chosen to leave you so that we can get married. And we have both agreed to make that marriage very soon. So no matter how hard you try to get him back from me, it's all going to be for nothing because he's already in my arms for good.
Going to be for nothing, huh? At this point, I'd rather let you have him.
And that's because you're too depressed to fight for him. And I can understand why you're depressed. You were bragging in front of everyone about your fiancé, saying that it was about time you planned to get married. But now he's gone, stolen away by your better-looking friend. And we're going to live the life you wish you could.
Gina, why have you chosen to talk to me today? Does you sending me this invitation to your wedding mean that you actually want me to come to it?
Well, you are my best friend after all.
What? Since when have I been your best friend recently?
I would be happy to have my very depressed and loser of a friend at my wedding to give a speech for me and my fiancé.
You really are the worst.
Will you not do it? I really want a loser like you giving the speech that day. I'm your best friend after all, so that should be all right, right?
Right now, I don't think of you as my best friend. And I'm sure you only want me there on stage so that you can make fun of me in front of everyone. I know about what you plan to do with me when I get there, and I don't want in on it.
I'm not planning to use you as the laughing stock or anything. Rather, I just think it would be fun time. I want to make sure that everyone at my wedding is entertained, and your speech would help us out a lot with that. And I'd like to take the chance to explain to everyone just how fun it was stealing your fiancé from you. Now, I'm going to have this wedding whether you like it or not, so just come and give that speech for me.
Fine, leave it to me.
You're such a great friend, Christine.
I'll make sure to be there on the day of your wedding, and I'll make sure that I'm completely prepared to give a great speech.
And that's the reason right there as to why you're my best friend. I'll be looking forward to the speech, okay?
But in exchange for me coming and giving that speech, can I bring a +1?
Huh? Who do you plan on bringing to my wedding?
I plan to have a very important person come along with me. That should be fine with you, right? You don't even have to worry about them having a seat there or not, as they'll only stay for a short bit. That okay with you?
An important person? You only just had your fiancé stolen from you by your best friend, so who else could be there left to call an important person to you? Are you trying to impress everyone around you again? Well, go ahead and bring whoever that person is. It would be lonely for you to have to come by yourself as the biggest loser after all. I'll be waiting to see what poor sap you drag along.
Perfect. Now I'm really looking forward to that wedding of yours.
Where the hell did you go? You just made my wedding into a mess and ran off like that? Right now, they are considering having this whole wedding put off after what you did. What the hell was up with that introduction?
What do you mean, what was up with it? I was just telling everyone the truth.
No freaking way you were telling the truth. I want to know who the hell that handsome man was. Why was he with you?
I only just told everyone who he was, right? Why are you not willing to believe what I said?
I'm sure that you just paid that handsome man to be your man for the day to show off, right? You brought him with you with the sole purpose of making me jealous.
I'm sure that you know the truth and are just trying to make up excuses in your head at this point, right? But what I told you and everyone else today was the truth. And that speech I gave was just to let everyone know the big secret. But you could also say that today was the day I finally got my revenge on you for what you did to me. Well, it's all over with now, and I've had my fun, so you can relax now as I'm no longer going to do anything to you.
There's no way he thought that you just got married to that man. You're lying. And what is this about the man I stole from you being a stalker that's been following you around for ages? Saying that in front of all our guests about my husband is extremely rude.
I'm sorry for that, but it's the truth. He's been stalking me for over 3 months now, and now he seems to have taken a greater liking into you. I'm so glad that you went looking for him, because now he will no longer be my problem.
How could you make me so embarrassed in front of all my guests, though? I still believe that what you told today is all lies, but everyone out there doesn't know that yet, and they have started to believe you. I'm so freaking embarrassed.
Well, to my husband and I, seeing you freak out like that in front of everyone over my speech was so amusing that I almost peed in my dress giving that speech. I really did a number on you today. And not only did my husband and I get a good laugh in, but my revenge is now complete.
Do you have any freaking idea what the hell you've done by giving such a bullcrap speech like that in front of everyone, though? You get back here right now and tell everyone here that you lied to them. If you don't do it right now, I'll never forgive you.
I don't need you to forgive me, Gina. I have never been wanting anything from you this whole time, actually. I just wanted to make you as embarrassed as possible today, and I think I did a great job of that. And the fact that you married that stalker really has made me so happy.
Stop with all that crap right now. Do you not have a freaking heart, Christine? Why would you do something like this to someone?
You think that I'm the one without a heart? Okay.
Huh?
Do you have the right to be saying that I'm heartless after what you did to me? In reality, that man is nothing more than a stalker of mine, but you went after and stole him only because you believed he was my fiancé, right?
And so freaking what?
You see? The only thing that sat where your heart should be is a rotting pile of anger and jealousy. And this was your second time doing that to me, right? The first time you did this, I already knew you were heartless and chose to cut my ties with you. But you did end up apologizing to me for that eventually, and so I let it go for a while after. However, this time you did it again. And had that man actually been my fiancé, you would have scarred me 2 times. That is completely messed up, Gina. When you contacted me the first time saying that you wanted me to introduce that stalker to you, I already knew what you were planning to do.
But I didn't think that by doing this my whole wedding would be ruined. And if it so happens that what you're saying is true about this Brad guy, then that means he really isn't your fiancé, right?
Well, I did say that he wasn't, right? But the fact that you still went after him and married him is wild to me. Well, it's totally fine with me that you took him away from me because all he caused me was trouble by constantly following me around. You really failed at your goal this time, but as for me, I was very lucky to have you come at me for seconds.
I cannot believe this. Are you sure that everything you said today in that speech is true? I do not want to believe you for a second, but...
Well, if you don't want to believe me, then who am I to care? To be honest, it's probably better that you look away from the truth and keep believing the lies you tell yourself.
This isn't about me believing in some lies or not.
I made sure to lure him out behind me so that you'd run into him thinking he was my fiancé. And it just so happens that you did what I expected you to do. And look at that. You both fell in love with one another, and that's a win for everyone, right? And as for the speech, I made it very entertaining and had a lot of fun giving it, so you should be happy.
Wait, Christine, Brad is telling me right now that he doesn't have a job yet.
Huh? I thought I made his situation very clear to you. At this point, even he's telling you the same thing I said, so he has to be telling you the truth.
And he said that before he did have a liking for you, but that he now is totally invested in me, even going so far as to look up everything about me. What he's saying about me right now is really scary.
Well, that's the type of creepy stalker that he is. Before he used to work for an investigation agency, but he was fired from there for using the tools they had to look into younger women and learn about where they lived and such. So after becoming unemployed, he used what he learned to continue doing what he does, and that's stalking. Unfortunately, he lived in the apartment next to mine for a while and began to really become attached to me and follow me everywhere. But soon he couldn't afford that apartment anymore and moved out. However, he still knew where I lived and where I'd go. Luckily, he's on to you now, and you've just married him, making his job of stalking you way easier.
You have to be freaking joking. So he's pretty much learned everything he needs about me?
Isn't that just great, though? You have finally found someone that loves you so much and was willing to marry you. And with him watching your every move now, you'll never be able to cheat or get a divorce from him. Have a wonderful life, the two of you.
He doesn't have a job and will expect me to support him now? If I'd known that he was this kind of person, I wouldn't have forced us to get married so quickly. I thought that when you started to brag about your man so much, this was the man you were talking about. This is the worst, Christine.
Well, whether you feel that this is the worst or not, I wasn't the one that forced you to start dating Brad and choose to marry him. So if you're going to try and blame me for this, good luck. In the end, you were the one that made the choice to take him away from me and then marry him and get yourself into the position you're in now.
He told me that he'd pay for this whole wedding after we got married even. But now he's telling me that he has nothing in his savings. What should I do about all of this? Making me pick up such a creepy man.
Making you pick him up? You were the one that went after him, right? Well, you yourself are a very crappy woman, so the two of you will get along very well together. Must suck to finally learn that the man you went out of your way to steal, thinking that he was my fiancé, has turned out to be a stalker of mine, and in no way my fiancé. And another thing, the way you ended up finding out about me having a fiancé in the first place was because I told my friend to purposefully start telling you about him in hopes that you'd come to steal that stalker away.
Huh? Why would you go out of your own way to tell me that?
Well, it has to do with the fact that you went and stole my ex from me before, so I thought that using Brad as bait for you to fall into my trap would be a great move on my part. And man, did you fall into my trap perfectly, and you ended up taking my stalker away as well.
What the hell? I knew it. I knew that you did this to me.
Well, I never thought that you'd jump to marry him this fast, and was hoping that you'd at least learn who he was before tying the knot. So don't blame all of that on me. You were the one that said yes to marrying him, right? And now you've gotten to learn that he is indeed a stalker and has no money to his name at the moment.
What?
And he's currently in debt, actually. And I learned that from someone who's worked with him. And so you can believe him when he says he has nothing. I'm sure that he feels like a winner right now because he found himself a woman that will take care of all his needs and pay off his debt.
You have to be freaking kidding me. Brad is in debt as well?
He sure is. He's in debt and is a huge stalker, so congrats! And now you're going to have to pay for that whole wedding all by yourself. And I hope you look forward to a life of having to support your husband with your paychecks.
This is so messed up. At this point, there's no meaning to this marriage.
Well, you've been waiting to get married and we're looking for a man, right? You should be jumping with joy right now since you finally have your husband. I wish you both the best as you start a new life together. But I'm sure to you, this will be the start of your life in hell. Gina ended up asking Brad about what all Kristen was saying, and he told Gina that she was in fact telling the truth about him and their situation. Gina was furious to hear this from even him and told him that they would be getting a divorce right away. But Brad was not having it and said he didn't want anything to do with leaving her. Looking at it from the outside, you can see that Gina really did end up doing it to herself and would not be able to run away from Brad easily. And as for Gina's parents who were at the wedding, they were embarrassed about what they learned about her and ended up disowning her after the wedding and cutting ties. Well, Gina really did do a great job screwing herself and would now get to experience what hell is really like. But this is all what she deserves for being such a rotten woman, and I'm sure there will be nobody coming to help save her. As for Kristen and her husband, they were able to go on their honeymoon after they finished what they needed to do at Gina's wedding. Kristen also made sure to block Gina's phone number in order to make sure that Gina would never become a problem for her again. Of course, this may not stop her from coming to Kristen's apartment, but soon her and her husband will be moving into a new home together. And by then, Gina will lose her only way of getting to Kristen.
Abby, I just rang the doorbell, but nobody's come to answer the door yet. Are you guys not at home right now?
Oh, you still haven't noticed what's up, Cassie? You coming over to our house is always a problem for us.
What?
And even if Fred is just trying to be a kind little brother to you, he needs to realize that he can't keep letting in his money-craving older sister that's here for his doctor money. We're both getting fed up with you now.
My mom and I are only here to give him his gift as a celebration from us for opening his new clinic.
And like I was saying, we don't have any money here for a parasite like you to have, so go back home, please. We both want that from you now. We only just got here and you're already saying things like that about us? You can't keep latching on to your little brother who is married now just because you have no money of your own, okay? That's not good. Whether you think you can do it because he owes you one or you're just being a greedy little witch, most people would call you a pile of trash. So you know what that word means. Listen, Abby, what exactly do you think you're saying to me right now? Well, being from a single mother household, you guys tend to act all crazy, right? I mean, look at your mother herself. The fact that she got tossed out by the only man that could ever love her shows that she's a good-for-nothing whore, right? And when it comes to that whore's daughter, you seem to never be able to find any sort of a lover. And that rundown house you're both still living in is out of this world crazy. This is the house we were given after my grandfather died. So far, everything you're saying is very biased and will not make me lose my composure. Could I please talk with someone a little more mature now? I can see that there's no car in the driveway, so does that mean Fred is out of the house? Where did he run off to at this time of day? I have a lot of things I'd like to ask today, and if you're not going to let us in to drop off these gifts for him, we're going to have a problem. I guess I'm going to have to talk with Fred about this now. What? You always go around doing the most needless things. How pathetic. Has your head cooled down a little now? I'm so kind, aren't I? Huh? Are you kidding me? I'm not screwing around right now. What the hell did you think you were doing pouring water down onto us from the second-story window when it's the middle of winter? I'm so sorry, but it was on purpose. You're a dumbass, so I had to do something more drastic or else you would have never learned. I totally understand how much you hate me now, but the issue is I can't seem to get my head around whatever the hell is going on inside your brain. Your mother was down there glaring at me, though, and that really frightened me. Women that have been abandoned by their man really are barbarians, right? I hope that the both of you will take after someone like me, who is not only kind, but also cute and open-minded. Jesus. At first, I didn't think your aimless actions would become a problem for the family, but now I can see you act that way because you lack a brain entirely, and that's dangerous. You have such a bad personality, Cassie. Not only do you look ugly, but you have a very ugly attitude. Is there even any reason for you to be living anymore? The fact that you're not even going to be able to leech off of Fred now will be your downfall for sure. Fred and I have been working together to create a new family, which will be both loving and caring, and neither you or that whore were invited. Now you rotten woman can go back to that rundown shack of yours and decay there until there is nothing left but your bones. Look, do you have any idea what you're doing right now? What? I'm doing the best possible thing at the moment. This house is just for my husband and his cute wife to be living in, and in order to protect us, I'm defending this house from two scary beggars outside our door. Fred really found himself such a stupid woman to marry. To the point I almost worry there might be something wrong with his head as well. What? But I happen to be very cute, which means I can do anything I want around here and he'll have to forgive me. Sorry for being so cute. And as you can see, you're not getting anything else from us, so you two filthy beggars need to go. Ugh, then we're going home. Finally. Goodbye forever, both the witch and the whore. I hope you both have learned your lessons today with the help of my training course.
Hey, Cassie? What the hell happened here? When I got home today, Abby was drenched and crying her head off.
Huh? Why do you think I'd know anything about all of that?
Because she told me that you were the one that poured all of this freezing cold water on her, and that you started to yell at her saying she was a terrible wife.
Really?
I never thought that my own sister would ever be the one to do such a terrible thing to Abby. I totally get that there are some things about Abby that suck, like her being a bit irritating and not really caring about others. I had only just left for a little bit to go out and buy more coffee for us at the store nearby. Did something really bad happen between you two while I was gone? Did you finally lose it with Abby because of something she said?
Well, here's a fun fact for you, Fred. Abby never even let Mom and I into your house in the first place.
What?
Instead of being let in, she started to make fun of the both of us again, before going to the second-story window and pouring water on top of the both of us, followed by her telling us both to go home. She called us both parasites and said we needed to get lost.
What? Abby was saying all of that to you?
Do you think I'd be lying about something like that? It seems that you haven't even talked with her about any of the things that have taken place with your new clinic yet, have you?
Telling her about that would be tough on me. I've been holding off for a little bit.
Well, it's because you're not telling her everything that she thinks she can just do whatever she wants and that you'll forgive her for it.
Hold on a second. So what you're telling me is that not only did Abby pour water onto the both of you, but she poured some on herself in order to set you guys up?
That's what I'm saying, Fred. And Mom will tell you the same thing I did if you ask her, all right?
What the hell? But I'm her husband, and I shouldn't just be blaming her for all of this. That would be wrong. Before I make a final decision based off this, I'm gonna speak with her one more time. I can't believe that my friend's little sister would ever do such a thing to my own family. My head is really starting to hurt now thinking about this.
Jesus, man. She really has been having her way with you, hasn't she?
You really are such a dirty player, Cassie. Oh, and this time I'm not talking about you literally being a dirty woman who thinks she can play with men. I'm talking about how you play games like a cheater.
Could you stop talking about me like that when I'm not nearly as bad a sport as you are?
What? Aren't I just telling the truth? If you'd like, I can also comment on your bad fashion sense. Browns, blacks, grays. All you wear is the most depressing colors, it seems. But they match your inner soul.
Now, could you cut to the chase here?
What? I didn't want to get to the point outright, or else I might hurt you. But I guess I have no choice now. The fact that you went to Fred complaining about me in order to get him to hate me is just wrong, don't you think? Now you're harassing his wife, and that's a very scary thing.
Huh? I never told him to hate you or anything, so you must be mistaken here.
Oh, are you angry now? Was I on the mark there? Just because I'm cute doesn't mean that you can take out all of your frustrations on me, okay? You're just making him more resentful of me, and that's no good for our marriage, right? It's like he's having to be pressured from all sides now.
Ah, so Fred was not able to get through to you then, I see.
Why are two poor women so hell-bent on hurting the marriage of a young doctor and his cute wife? Maybe it's because the both of you are failures as women and are beginning to panic?
You're really getting on my nerves here. Let me ask, what does that make you then, telling your own husband lies about what his family did? If you're going to keep that sly kind of BS up, then we'll make you regret it. Before that happens, do you mind apologizing to us?
Oh my, you're going to force me to apologize? I'm screenshotting all of this.
Go right ahead. I was just giving you your last chance before things get really messy there. My mom and I were really only willing to give you that last chance for Fred's sake, but it's gone now.
Why are you acting all tough now?
I want to ask you, what makes you think you can act all tough now just because you have a doctor as a husband? Let me tell you the truth about him and his career right now. The clinic he's opened is nothing more than a branch clinic.
What? A branch clinic? That's right.
You see, my mom is the owner of her own hospital complex, and I work as a doctor for a private clinic myself. In other words, we are all doctors, or at least have been, yet still work in the medical field. In high positions, of course.
What? What? You're lying, right? Those kinds of jokes are way too lame to be taken as funny content, you know. Nice lie, you liar. Are you really that pathetic of a woman?
How about you go and open up the web browser on your phone and type both my mom's name and mine in to see what comes up? If you go ahead and do that, you'll be shown a lot about the two of us.
And why would I ever want to do any of that? None of what you're saying makes any sense.
I mean, I didn't mind you avoiding the truth at all costs. Just know that if you don't want to play by the rules anymore, my mom can go ahead and end that contract you just signed for a job at her hospital.
What?
You think that she'd just let you get away with acting like a total bitch? No way that would fly in an environment where you have to care for other people's needs, especially those in life-threatening scenarios.
I was...
Come on already, take a look online. See what pops up when you search my mom's and my name on there. Are you afraid to look?
Excuse me? Fine, I'll search up your guys' names. Not like anything's going to come up anyway, but you keep telling me to, so I'll go ahead and do it. This is what I mean by you being a total witch all the time. Old hag. Wait, huh? No way, right? Are you kidding me?
Have you found what I've been wanting to show you?
No way. This can't be real, right? No way. No how.
I'm sure both of our faces are on there when you look up our names, right?
What? Then what I was just doing to the both of you, I just...
Signed your death warrant? You sure did, you dumbass bitch. You never took the time to actually consider the position that you were in. No, wait, there's not enough brain cells in your head to consider such a thing.
I thought that I'd be okay because of the fact that my husband's a doctor. This means that both his single mother and older sister are above the two of us.
Not that we use our power to control him or anything, since he's chosen to move out of the house and live on his own. You had one last chance to make up what you did to us, and you wasted it in such a disgusting manner, didn't you?
Had you just told me the truth before I said anything, this is all your fault.
All right, just took a screenshot of that.
What?
I'm sending that to Fred right now. Go ahead and have a chat with him about that comment right now.
You asshole! Are you trying to completely ruin your little brother's marriage or something?
I'm only showing you both the truth. I'd go and talk with him right now before his brain dwells on that screenshot for a long time. The more time you take to go and talk to him, the more likely things are going to fall into disarray for you.
I'm not screwing around. You really are a monster for sure now.
Abby! You tell me right now what the hell this screenshot is of.
Fred, you have the wrong idea about that.
Tell me what's wrong with what I think, and explain that to me in a way a doctor could actually understand.
Your sister forced me into that situation where I had to say that. She's trying to cause more trouble between us in the hopes that you'll begin to feel sorry for her and distance yourself from me. Look, after you got married to me, you moved out of that house and left your sister feeling lonely, right?
Really?
I told her I didn't want to talk about anything. I was thinking about her when I said that. I didn't mean to make things seem sour between us, okay? I'm sorry. You'll forgive me for that, though, right?
Abby, I have been trying to make it through this marriage believing as much as I can the things that come out of your mouth. But after what you said this time, I don't think I can trust you anymore. Or at least it's going to be very difficult for me to. Now, would you stop lying to me like that, trying to make yourself look like the good guy? It's beginning to really upset me now.
Why, Fred? Are you telling me that I can't be trusted by you anymore?
You are my best friend Richard's little sister, and I do not want to start doubting what my best friend's sister says. I remember back when Richard first introduced you to me, and you said you'd try your hardest to be a very considerate person that was open to everyone. But from what I've seen, you haven't been trying at all to be considerate of others.
What? What do you mean by that?
Did you think you could get me to continue caring for you as though you were a decent person by lying to me?
What? Why do you keep thinking that I'm lying to you about all of this? You're being mean.
I never really even wanted to get married, as a matter of fact, and I wanted to be a bachelor all my life. But when your brother ended up with stage 4 cancer and was on his deathbed, he told me to take great care of you like he would have. He told me that sure, you may have had a bad personality, but you're still cute and should be with someone who could take care of you. He was just a little biased, I suppose, because he was your older brother. Damn it.
Are you saying that he lied to you as well, then? Fred, you're being really, really mean right now. You and I are a married couple now, right?
I'm just speaking the truth. Abby, you really tried to play the part of a stupid little girl, lying to me about a whole lot of things right to my face. And sure, you had me fooled for quite a while there, actually. But a while back, I realized what was going on and only acted like I never knew.
Huh?
I thought that at some point you would realize you didn't have to lie anymore and would open up. But I've been waiting for that to happen a long time now, it feels. And I'm at my limit. I don't want to be with you anymore, Abby.
Why are you bringing that up now?
I told you I didn't want you to realize the fact that I knew the real you. I was lying to you like you'd been lying to me. I've known about how you'd break things on purpose in your anger as a way of getting your way with me, and that you'd go into my accounts and take money from them without asking to go and play. And I've known about how when I'm not around you harass my mother and sister using the one thing you thought made you tough, and that's your husband being a doctor.
That was,
I know this will sound like I'm preaching a bit, but stealing and hurting other people is not something anyone should be okay with doing. I respect both my mother and my older sister more than anyone else, and rightfully so. Back in school, I was an idiot and told by a lot of my teachers that I should never aim for becoming a doctor. The same thing was said to me by friends and distant family members as well. Yet while I was having to deal with all those hurtful words, my mother and sister were there for me, supporting my dream. Even now, I've had to rely on my mother in order to get this clinic that I just opened, and I should be in huge debt to her for it. But she still came out here with my sister to bring me a present to celebrate it. Do you have any idea what that meant to me?
But Fred, when you told me about your new clinic, I celebrated with you.
I don't care to hear about you and your family, so stop talking about them already. Who was it that told me that instead of saying well done or congratulations?
I didn't do anything wrong.
Damn. We're getting a divorce. There is no future between us anymore where the outcome would be good for me.
What?
I feel really bad having to do this after what your brother said to me, but my life is my life, and I will not let someone like you tear it apart. You've already gone and hurt my family far too much, and I will not let you continue to terrorize them.
Wait, Fred, this is all way too messed up. Everything about this is messed up.
I've let my head cool down, and I think you should do the same. If you can do that, you might begin to understand why this is all happening.
Cut it out with all those damn phone calls. What do you want from me? Cassie, I'm in huge trouble now. Did you go and have that talk with Fred about your actions? There is something seriously wrong with Fred's heart right now, with his mind. Excuse me? He must be burnt out from all that stress at work now, because he was just talking to his cute wife, me, like he doubted me and didn't want me around anymore. My poor, poor Fred. Maybe all of that stress is making him depressed. He needs to be taken to a hospital right now to have that fixed. The only one I'd recommend needs to be seen by a doctor right now is you. Rather, a psychologist. I'm not listening to any of your jokes right now. Something really bad has happened with Fred that's made him lose his mind. I've never been told by him before that he wants a divorce in such a serious way either. There is something seriously wrong with his mental health. Why is someone like you, who has never studied any form of medicine, diagnosing my brother with something he for sure does not suffer from? To a doctor like myself, that's comical. Fred hasn't gone crazy or anything like that, all right? He's just fed up with someone he's had to deal with for a long time. What? Someone he's had to deal with for a long time? So you never noticed your own husband was having to put up with all your crap for so long there? There's no way he's been putting up with me the whole time. He has a cute and kind wife like me to live with, so why would he? I think another issue you need to have seen is you always calling yourself cute and kind, because that is not true at all. Allow me to help you a little with this. Everything you've thought you'd hidden from Fred, my mom and I have known about. Which means you being a cute little wife is far from the truth. What? When we came to your house after Fred had started his new clinic up, we were there to celebrate his success. But there was only one other reason we went there. We had something we really needed to ask you about. In person, of course. Where did you hide the engagement ring? I'm talking about the one that has the 1-carat diamond on it. What? Why do you... Last week you came out to my mom's house, right? And ever since that day, the ring has been gone. That ring was left for us by my grandfather, yet it's now missing and we can't find it anywhere here.
Are you assuming that I was the one that stole it? You really are a witch for suspecting me of doing such a thing.
But when we asked for Fred to have a look around in your house, he found a lot of things in your room. Things like my cosmetics that went missing and some of my hair products as well. My earrings that I could never find, they were also in your room. But the only thing he couldn't find in there was that engagement ring.
He was looking through my things without my permission?
Without your permission? I was told by him that he asked you where all those things went, and you said you had no clue at all. And I'm assuming the reason why you never let us into your house that day was because you didn't want us finding anything out, right?
I don't know what that's all about. Are you sure that it wasn't Fred that took them from you? Or that we just have the exact same things?
Just confess already, goddammit! What you've been doing is a crime, and we can have you sent to jail for it.
I don't know anything, though.
Then I'm letting my mom know not to let Fred have that clinic now and not hire you.
Wait, that's unfair to me.
I can't believe after all my brother did for yours, things had to end with a bad divorce. I'm sure your brother is up in heaven right now crying over what you've done.
You're a bitch.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not you who's the bitch?
I sold the damn ring. I don't need someone else's engagement ring, and it was disgusting me. Not sure where it's at now, so there you go. Are you satisfied with my answer?
Huh? I'm not satisfied, actually. This only proves that there is nothing in that thick skull of yours.
What do you want me to say, then? Do you want me to give you the money for it? Would that be enough to make you happy? I don't want the damn money for it, you asshole. Why are you getting so pissed off right now?
Pissed off? I'm beyond that now, but I'm just not showing it yet. But I have every right to go all out with you after what you've been up to. Acting like you're in charge of everything when you've been committing crimes left and right by stealing things. And that's on top of you treating my mom and I like garbage and assaulting us. You are nothing more than a slimy, lying child who thinks that she can still do whatever she wants. Well, I'm not having it. That engagement ring was handcrafted by my grandfather, who was a dentist, for my grandmother back in the day.
What? It was handcrafted?
I can't do this anymore. I really just can't. I'm going to the police.
What? The police? In other words, you're going to send the police after me?
That's right. You stole things from us and then sold some of them, as well as assaulted my mom and I in the dead of winter by pouring cold water onto us from above.
You really don't have to take things that far right now, right? I don't want to be placed under arrest.
There's not going to be an out-of-court settlement either. I'm going to give you the best present possible that any pile of dog crap deserves, a criminal record. Please, tell me thank you later.
I don't need that. I really do not need that.
You've gone far enough taking advantage of others while committing your crimes. The only reason you were able to make it this far in the first place is because people like my brother, my mom, and your brother thought you could do better. And you thought that since you're cute, you could just get out of everything and never have to be responsible. But in reality, we've all just felt really bad for you. All of that forgiveness was their pity.
No way. I'm sorry for what I've done. Please forgive me now. Yesterday was a really bad day for me. I was confused and did things that I never wanted to do.
I don't give a damn. You're no longer the wife of a doctor, nor is there anything about you that makes people want to spoil you. You're just mentally challenged and need to have someone caring for your needs 24/7 now. Understood? I want you to understand that while you rot in jail.
Wait.
No. I hope you'll learn your lesson today through this special training of mine.
Cassie, I found the receipt from when Abby went and sold the engagement ring. But after going to that store, they told me they had sold it already.
Damn it. All right. Well, there's nothing we can really do about that now.
But Abby's parents said they will pay for it. They can pay us back however much she sold it for. Although with that, her dad won't be able to pay for his cancer treatments.
Who knew that they had hereditary cancer in that family? I feel bad that they won't be able to afford some of his treatments now, especially after losing their son to cancer. But Abby's going to have to pay us back somehow, so perhaps they can pay us first and force her to pay them back over time.
I'm sorry. It's because I accidentally let her marry me that this all happened to us.
That's right. You should have never married someone you never really loved, even if it was for the sake of her dying brother. You better not ever do something like that again, all right?
Of course I won't. I'm sorry. I've had enough of marriage for one life.
In the end, Fred was able to have a successful divorce from Abby through the use of a really good lawyer. And like I had said, I went to the police about her stealing from us, and soon they showed up to take her to the police station and charge her with theft. She was also charged with assaulting us and would have to pay an in-court settlement later on. The price of that ring itself was close to $15,000, and then the settlement was another $10,000. She didn't have to be imprisoned or anything for her crimes, but she would have to be put on parole for a little while, as well as have to serve 250 hours of community service. Along with that, she'd have both of those charges on her permanent record, which will most definitely kill her chances of finding any decent work in this city. When the trials were over with, she went back to Fred's place to get all of her things and prepare for the inevitable. There, she was kicked out of the house by Fred, and not ever getting that job at my mom's hospital, she ran back to her parents' house. But neither of them wanted anything to do with her anymore, and they forced her away by saying they'd be cutting ties to her. Later on, both of her parents came to our house to say they were very sorry for what she'd done, and that they would pay off that ring she stole from us. However, we didn't accept the money, and said she'd be the one to pay for it over time, while they could keep that money for cancer treatments. It's sad to think all of this started because of Abby's brother, Richard, wanting my brother to keep her safe and make her happy. But it seems that was never enough for her rotten soul, and the only thing that could make her smile was the abuse and sadness of others. She would even go and lie to everyone in order to become spoiled, which my brother gladly did like hers. But in the end, that trick really backfired and put her right back into hell. I'm sure she hasn't really learned anything from what's happened, though, and she will begin to trick people again. That's just the way things are with monsters like her, and the only way to stop them is to never trust them in the first place. Perhaps people will stop trusting her, though, not that she has no home, no money, and no friends left to leech off of. As for myself and my mom, after Fred has successfully had his divorce and no longer had to deal with Abby, we asked that he come home for a while and stay with us again. There we made sure to watch over him for a little while, as we both knew this had been hard on him like it was on us. And after a few weeks, he was back to putting all his time into the new clinic. And that's when we said he could go back to his place. Once he was out of the house again, my mom and I did the only thing we could do after such an event, and took time off to go on vacation together, somewhere warm. We've been chilled to the bone ever since getting that cold water dumped on us outside, and need a sunny, warm beach to melt away on for a bit. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.